So welcome to another episode of Phillip Trading Podcast. So my name is William and our speaker today is Liaw. Okay, Liaw is our marketing and dealing executive of Phillip Capital. Okay, so crude oil has been on a roller coaster ride in the first half of 2022 with Ukraine-Russia conflicts, with the very high inflation, with the recession fear at the moment. Okay, so with all these things going on around the market, crude oil has been super volatile. Okay, so let's hear from Liaw how we can actually capitalize on the crude oil volatility. How can we earn something from the volatility using technical analysis? Okay, so Liaw, how have you been?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so I think I'll pass the rest of the section to you to share a little bit about your upcoming webinars on how to trade the crude oil market.
Okay, yeah. So thanks, William, for the wonderful opening. So yes, I'm having a webinar on this coming Wednesday, the 20th of July. So 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So in my webinar, I will talk about trading in the crude oil market. Okay. So oops. Yeah, so this is my webinar outline. So as usual, I will do a very quick recap of our webinar, which was done by my colleague last month. So I will briefly talk about crude oil, the types of crude oil. We have the WTI crude oil and the Brent crude oil. Okay, then moving on, I will also talk about the overview of the oil market, okay, what is happening and also what might happen in the future. Okay, then moving on, I will also use to talk about the historical crude oil price by using the Fibonacci retracement to sort of like sort out the price zone of the crude oil based on historical price. Okay, then once we know the historical crude oil price, then we will also talk about the types of trades, because when you look at the chart, then some of the trader might have some questions on what to trade for how long, the entry and exit points, okay, like that. So we will analyze some of the trading types and how you can use it when you really look at the chart. And then I will also talk about the trading time zone because especially the crude oil futures, the trading time is like 23 hours. So it's like almost a day, right? So different time zone, like when you are trading in the Asia time or the European time or night time, the US, US market time, then the dynamic in the market might also be different, and the way you trade might also need some adjustment. Okay, and next we'll move on to do a little bit of chart reading, how to look at the chart, how to identify the trend and then find the support and resistance and so on. Okay, and lastly, which is the one of the most important part, is the trading mindset. This is applicable to all, as long as you are trading, then it's applicable to you, not just when you are trading crude oil. Okay, yeah, so that's the webinar outline. So yeah, in the webinar, I will also briefly talk about the price movement of the crude oil and natural gas, because they somehow has a similar direction. So the chart we look at now is the percentage increase or decrease. Okay, so basically the energy market, they have some kind of movement and dynamics. Okay, then as mentioned earlier, we will use the Fibonacci to briefly to look at the historical price movement of crude oil. So we by using the Fibonacci, we are able to sort of like identify the three zone for the crude oil. We have the zone A, zone B, and zone C. Okay, so we will talk about it in the webinar. Then okay. Okay, so these 5 types of trades then you can consider. Okay, so with different types of trade, then your strategy or your entry or exit point will also be different. Although you are looking at just a briefly go through. So this one you tend to become, you have your own trading strategy or the type of trade you want to enter. Then your entry and exit point will also be different. Okay, although everyone is looking at the same chart, so your trade will also be different. Okay, so this one it's about the trading time zone, because the crude oil futures, they run about 23 hours in a day, and so depending on what type of trade you are doing, whether you are day trading or scalping, then you might want to separate out the trading time zone into these three zones. Okay, you have the Asian, European, and US. Okay, then we also we'll talk about how to sort of like visualize the news heat wave by looking at the chart, the crude oil chart. Okay, so yeah, we will talk a lot more details in my webinar. Okay, so and also to look at the likely movement for the crude oil in the future. And okay, yeah, so we will also briefly talk about how to comprehend the candlestick by looking at how bullish or how bearish of one particular candlestick like that. Then only then you can apply to look at the chart as a whole. Yeah, so we will also look at how to read the chart. Look at the trend. Then you can have your exit and entry point, and look at you also know how to look at identify the support and resistance, whether it's an uptrend, consolidate, or downtrend like that. Okay, so lastly, we'll also go through the mental, the mental health of being a trader. What you want to do or what you don't want to do, you want to avoid, so that you wouldn't be overtaken by your own emotion, when you are trading. Okay, so that's basically the preview of my upcoming webinar. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you can register for the webinar. So you can either contact your dealer, or you can just drop us a message, and we will register for you. Okay, so that's basically my webinar preview, and now I'll pass back to William.
Thank you, Liaw, for the preview. So I've seen something interesting, which is one of the interesting part is to look at how the crude oil prices react to every economic events, because I saw you have a chart there showing all kind of economic events and what are the trend of the crude oil. Okay, I think that is something very important for all of us to know, and also very interesting. Okay, so for those, again, just to repeat one more time what Liaw have said. Okay, for those that are interested to find out more about what Liaw is going to share today, okay, please join us on our webinar on the 20th of July, which is a Wednesday. So he will be sharing how to trade the crude oil market. Okay, so for those people that wants to find out how to actually trade crude oil, okay, you can just leave us a message from the comments box below, or just send us a private message, and one of our representatives will actually contact you soon as possible, okay, to let you know everything about trading crude oil. So that's all for today, and thank you, Liaw, once again, and I think I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Thank you, William. Bye-bye.